gonna have to check. It's going live right now.
Okay, I will do that. Oh, it says. See, I don't understand why it didn't work for me.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, governor.
How are we?
We're doing good.
I hope everybody's doing good. Everybody else is here. Welcome. We're so happy you're here live with us on Facebook to join us for the iThink Improv Troupe live show. We're so excited to be doing this. This is such an innovative way to do improv, and we are so excited to bring that to you. Well, I'm going to introduce some people that are kind of sitting around me. First of all, I'm going to introduce Joe, who is the iThink Improv Troupe director. Yay, Joe!
Yay! Yes. What's up, live audience? We're super excited to be here today. My name is Joe Lemo. I'm the iThink Improv director. I've got some of my troupe members here with me today. We're excited about putting on a little digital improv show for you tonight. So thank you for tuning in. I want to introduce, Parker. Say hello.
Hello, my name is Parker. It's been a fun week so far. I dyed my hair and I've been reading books.
Great. That's awesome, Parker. And Parker, what is your favorite animal?
Probably the platypus, because it's a front against nature.
Okay, great. Awesome. And we also have Amy Barfield in the house.
Hello. Been a great week, busy week.
Yeah, Amy, what is your ideal vacation?
It would be a long hike in the Smoky Mountains by myself.
Oh, okay, great, awesome.
I've had so much family time lately.
Yeah, right, got you. Okay, we also have the Jason Wilson.
What's up?
How you doing, Jason?
I'm good. My favorite animal is a zebra.
I got a different question for you. If you could learn to play a musical instrument that you don't already know, what would it be?
The drums.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, great. Awesome.
You asked me a musical question. I don't know why that would be interesting. I play guitar, but I'd learn the drums.
Not very interesting. Yes, okay. And we also have with us a special guest. Chase King is not going to be performing tonight, but he is going to be drawing, artistrying, creating.
Cleaning the room.
Performing, kind of, yeah.
Performing, yeah. Chase, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. We're super excited you could join us today. We're really excited about seeing what you have to produce. So, Chase, what would be your dream job?
Being a painter full time.
Okay.
So,
is that not what you are?
75% of the time.
He's 75% right now, yeah.
He's a drawer.
And the other 25%, he's a massage therapist.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I don't
feel
know
sorry
if
for those people.
I didn't introduce myself. I'm Siobhan. I work at Elm Street, and I'm kind of here to play with Zoom as the rest of our improv troupe plays the games for you. And I'll be checking Facebook Live for suggestions and answers to those suggestions and questions that you may have that we might address live in this game or in this show as we go through that. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first game, which is Story Story. Right?
That's right.
That's right.
Story Story. So this is how Story Story is going to work. Siobhan is going to be in charge. She's going to be putting us each on the screen. We're all going to be telling a story, basically cutting in and out to each person. But every time somebody new comes in to share the part of the story, they have to pick up right where the other person left off, even if it's mid-syllable. They have to do it. And we're going to try to do this flawlessly to tell a story. So the suggestion that we're looking for is an animal that would be a terrible pet. So while you are giving us some suggestions about an animal that would be a terrible pet, let's check in with Chase King and learn a little bit more about him.
Yeah, so Chase, we're going to turn it to you just a little bit. We wanted to know, there's a lot of things happening right now around the world, obviously, and this is a very unique time for all of us, and especially artists. And I kind of wanted to pick your brain for you personally, how you may have been dealing with that, and why right now this is important for you and for all artists to know, just the awareness of during this time.
So I think for me, drawing and painting and just making art in general during this time it's helping me remember who I am during troubling times. It's nothing has really changed on that end. I'm still an artist, but I think that doing art during this troubling time, it's sort of helping me remember who I am and solidifying what I'm going to become, and looking more forward to the future, and not so much dwelling on kind of the uncertainty that's all kind of unfolding in front of us right now. I'm just curious, have you done any pieces during this time that relate to that? Yeah. Not so, I mean, I haven't really been like analyzing it too much as far, I'm really just, I make my artwork and I let it reflect how I'm feeling and also what's in front of me. Like today, I went to Sweat Mountain. This is unrelated to what's going on around on the outside world, but I kind of withdraw to nature. So I hiked up the mountain and I did some drawings of the pretty wild black oaks that are up on top of the mountain. They're very gnarly looking too. They just grow very wild. But these are just some of the sketches I did up there today. So I tend to reflect back into isolation when I'm feeling a certain way anyway. So yeah, nature is kind of a good place to do that. And that's what I sort of did today. Just
Yay.
went out to a mountain.
Well,
Nice.
Speaking of nature,
We're glad you came back.
Yeah. We have a wonderful suggestion. I've seen it a couple of times. So we are actually going to begin. I did the wrong thing. We're actually going to begin this first game, Story, and the animal that was suggested multiple times was Velociraptor is the name of your animal. Velociraptor, indeed. So right now, Chase is going to kind of go bye-bye to do his little improv sketches. We're going to see Chase later. And then we're going to kind of spotlight everybody as this game works. So Joe, if you want to take it away, you can start it off.
All right, so we're going to tell a story about having a velociraptor as a pet. Okay, all right, here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who dreamed of having a weird and exotic pet.
He thought and thought, what could he have? And he finally decided on a velociraptor.
So he went through his magazine, his Sears catalog, and he found the perfect velociraptor.
It was on page 45, the premier model of all velociraptors.
Raptors. And this one had the claw that was like this, and it did a lot of tap dancing. It just tapped everywhere.
Tap dance everywhere. And so he was like, this is perfect. I'm going to have a stage show with my dancing
bears, because velociraptors are always friends with bears that do tap dancing. And then
fortunately, the tap dancing bears did not win out to the velociraptor, which happened to be on sale for 20%
off. And so they actually had 20% of their body eaten off
at the right limb, and that's why they ended up with just the left limb.
The left leg, that's like the dancer's leg, really. But
really, the left leg was unimportant. It finally arrived by
Amazon.com, and the delivery truck dropped.
But driver didn't know what to think. It was making all sorts of
noises that came from the posterior, and when that truck
disappeared, the boy shouted, "Yay!
I have my dream pet, the velociraptor plus bears. My life is so good, and now I can lay down and
take a nap with my new pet gnarly velociraptor." He went.
That's the story of the time the boy had the velociraptor.
Yay!
Yeah,
The end.
Uh,
Well,
we forgot to remind our audience that we are a family-friendly improv troupe, so we try to monitor what we talk about and the suggestions. But I think we kept that one okay. There wasn't too much gore in that one, so I think we're okay.
Tap dancing velociraptor. That's very
yeah, exactly. So with that being said, we're going to move on to our next game and go ahead and talk about this. So our next game, Joe, if you want to introduce our next game going here, and we'll get suggestions from you.
Yeah, so this is a fun game where we have two people who are going to be telling us about some kind of expert knowledge that we're waiting for a suggestion on, which is some kind of an obscure thing that you've wanted advice about, some kind of obscure thing that you want advice about. And what's going to happen is we're going to be going back and forth, two improvisers are going to be back and forth telling you expert knowledge about this obscure thing, but we have to do it alphabetically, which means the person who speaks the next time has to start a word that begins with the next consecutive letter of the alphabet. We have to go all the way through the alphabet. So Siobhan, when we get the suggestion, maybe we can get the person's name and we could use their initial.
That sounds great. I do want to let you know that somebody said they saw tap dancing velociraptors open for cake in 2015. So
what?
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is there a copyright on that story then?
Right. We're going to tune in real quick to, hold on. We're going to tune in to Chase King and seeing what he's been doing here. Chase, come on and join us for a second. Where's Chase? There he is. Hey, Chase.
Hey, Chase.
Sorry,
Welcome back.
I was drawing.
You want to show us what you've been doing?
I've got this velociraptor kind of munching on the owner.
Oh. Okay.
That's where my head's at right now as far as this game goes. I was
Now-
trying to.
He's
Now,
vibing.
Chase, you teach classes, correct? You teach classes at Elm Street. You want to
do.
tell us a little bit about those classes?
Yeah, we primarily work in oil paint, but I've also introduced some mixed media, but I've been doing the class for about a year now, and I teach people the basics of oil painting and any kind of fundamentals that they might need to get started with painting if they haven't had any kind of training at all. But from there on out, I just sort of let their vision unfold, and I just sort of help them and guide them through it. I don't really want to get in the way of their creative process, so I'm just sort of there to foster that creative ambition that they're in the class for.
Yeah,
and it also helps me too. I mean, I'm just I
walk into your class and it's like the most low-key cool experience. Every time I walk in there, I'm like, man, I want to paint. I don't know. It's just like, it makes me want to do art. You have such a cool vibe about you.
Well, thanks. We've had a good time in there. I just like to play music and spend at least, I bounce around the class. Sometimes I just work on my paintings too. And I think that's been helpful for a lot of the students. They just get to see how I work. And it's good to share some time with people too.
And I know, and I know Joe also teaches classes at iThink at Elm Street as well, or online right now, which is great.
Yeah, that's right. We have a teen class that's going on right now. It's a lot of fun. And we also have a level 1 and level 2 adult improv classes. We have transitioned to online classes, which has been an adjustment, but we're having a lot of fun with it. And it's really exciting. So stay tuned for future classes that might be coming out. They could be online if we're not back to meeting, but you should definitely check those out. Chase, I wonder if anyone's asking about the rugs in the background.
Yeah. It's a new art installation I'm working on.
Okay, that's great.
It's a mix.
Siobhan,
yes, we have plenty of suggestions, and one that I've seen repeatedly on here is that we are looking at maybe doing how to escape from jail is the suggestion for this this A to Z expert, and this comes from Scott. So I figure if you wanted to, we could start from Scott here.
D
and
with,
yeah,
oh, yes, S.
with
Yeah,
S.
that would
Yeah,
make
with
sense.
S.
Right.
So, and that's with Joe and Parker, correct?
Yes.
Yes, Joe and Parker. So, how to escape from jail is our expert here.
Okay.
And
Family
if
friendly.
you guys,
How
yeah,
to
and if
escape from
anybody
jail.
has any questions to ask this expert, I will be gladly chiming in
Where's
on that.
Parker?
Am I here? Alexa?
Yeah.
Now you
Hello?
are.
Cool.
Chase is
All
going
right.
to disappear. Bye, Chase. All right, take it away.
All right, so let's, for me and Parker, okay. So we're gonna start with S and work our way all the way back to S. Okay, here we go. So you got yourself in jail.
Tunneling out of a poster, that's an amateur move. We're going to tell you the real secrets.
Under no circumstances should you tell anybody about your plan. That always goes wrong.
Very secret, very secret. Keep it safe.
Walls are a good place to start. If you have one, you might want to tap on it to see if there's any echo.
Examine the structure and the integrity of the wall.
You should also consider the floor, the ceiling, or the corners of your cell.
Zero cave-ins should happen when you are constructing your tunnel, possibly.
All around, there are definitely going to be clues to help you get out, so make sure you are paying attention.
Be very aware about when the guards transition from ships.
Careful about the guard transitions.
Don't underestimate it. A lot of people make their break during the 2-minute spring.
Everyone forgets the opportunity that you might have during lunch.
Forgetting about lunch, that's hard. That's hard for me. It's the social event.
Good escape artists will definitely go out the cafeteria.
Having a couple of friends get you some items. That is a clear winner for success.
I was in jail last week, and here I am now.
Just got out last week. Wow.
Knowledge is power. You learn that in school. That's how I learned how to break out of jail.
Learning wasn't so easy for me. I had to go to DeVry.
Man, oh man, did I study hard. And that's how I found the secrets.
No one told me that I could have studied prison in prison.
Othello, Socrates, nah, I studied delinquents.
Plato, he was a delinquent, a real good one at that.
Quickly, I learned that when I was reading about him.
Reading how to get out of prison? Now, that's putting your own mind palace at work.
So, you want to break out of jail. Okay, let's see.
Yay!
Yay.
Woohoo!
That was a tough one. You know, I'm an educator. I'm a fifth grade teacher. It's hard to channel the breaking out of jail part. I mean, that's
You don't really want to tell people how to break out of jail.
Nah.
I don't know. It
Parker-
seems like useful knowledge.
Yeah, I
You
know.
guys
We held
that
back.
spring break, Joe.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
hey, Chase.
Hey,
We lost you for a second, so I don't know if you got to sketch one for that one, but we'll talk about the next game if you wanted to sketch during that time.
yeah, go for it.
Oh boy, well, I would if I did this right. You know what? Being a Zoom aficionado like myself, you would think that I would know what I'm doing. I'm sharing my screen and you guys are all seeing my
Wow.
secrets here.
For all the secrets.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Here it is.
At least we know it's really live. You know what I mean? You can't
Right?
pre-record that.
Please forgive me. I did it. I hit share at the wrong time. Hey, so
That's all right.
our next game is dating game. You want to talk a little bit about it, Joe? We have a lot of suggestions to get for that one.
Yes, absolutely. So this is called Dating Game. One of our improvisers is going to be kicked out of this session so that he or she cannot hear or see what's going on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get 3 different suggestions. We need a famous person, could be living or dead. We need a fictional character. And then we also need an inanimate object. And what's going to happen is when that person who got kicked out comes back in, they are going to be asking the contestants some questions. We will channel those inspirations, and we will answer the questions as we think that person or that object would answer them. And then the contestant or the person who has been kicked out is going to pick who they would like to take out on a date.
Beautiful. Well, our contestant for this evening is Parker Patsky, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, let's kick Parker out.
Yeah, get out of here, Parker. Parker is now out of the room. You don't see that unless I change my screen, but we have kicked him out. He has no idea what is happening, and we'll go back in a second. But before we do that, as we're continuing to get suggestions, which, oh man, some of these are good, guys. I just want you to know, we're getting some good suggestions.
All of them are good because we love our audience and all their suggestions.
Oh,
They're brilliant.
you have a
Joe's
wonderful
running for
audience
office.
joining
He
you
would
right
like you
now.
to
You
elect
do.
him as
You
governor
have a
of
wonderful audience. I just want you
Good.
to know there are like 81 people watching this right now live.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
that's way more than what Legally Blonde did last night. You're beating my random choreography rehearsal.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to turn over to Chase King. I don't know if you had any more sketchy things to talk about. Sketchy as not like bad sketchy,
Sketchy.
but like
So, Chase, do you have any sketchy things to talk about, like maybe why there's a rolled up
rug in your corner?
Looks so creepy back there.
Oh,
let's-
man.
Again, it's an art installation. I'll get into it in another time.
I can see it.
Yeah, I don't want to take up everybody's time.
All right, Chase, do you have some updated work for us then?
Well, I've been working on the screen that I see. I'm just working in thumbnails of everybody.
We'll go into this. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
I love the thumbnails.
I can't
All right, yeah, let's.
Yes.
Put
Oh,
that back
here,
up.
show that again. Show it again
Yeah,
for us.
show
We
that
want to
again,
see.
Chase.
We're on Spotlight now. Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
And your sketchy tree limb there.
Yes, sketchy tree limb.
Nice.
That's what I was working on when I was waiting to get on the video.
All right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We love it. So as you can see, Parker is not in this room anymore, just so everybody understands. And as we go through this, I think each of our contestants here are going to pick. We have the fictional character, we have the famous person, and we have the inanimate object. So I'm going to go through here and try to find some good ones. The inanimate object, do you want to start with that one first? Because somebody gave a
Sure.
good one right at the beginning, was rubber duck.
All right, I'll take the rubber duck.
You'll take the rubber duck? Okay.
Yeah.
Would somebody like to be Johnny Depp?
I'll do that one.
All right. And so then I need, well, do you want to choose Amy between James Bond or Fred Flintstone?
Let me
Oh, I've got
Fred.
Fred Flintstone twice, apparently.
Fred.
You'll do Fred? Fred
Sure.
Flintstone. Okay, so just to clarify, we have Johnny Depp, we have Fred Flintstone, and we have rubber duck. So wave your hand as I say those so that everybody knows. So Johnny Depp is, yes, Fred Flintstone is, and rubber duck is, yay! Okay, and again, Parker's not here. We're gonna bring him back and we're gonna start this dating game. And he's gonna be asking some questions of our contestants here to try to figure out who they are. So let me actually figure out how to bring him back. Oh, here we go.
Parker.
Hey, Parker.
Parker's working on his dissertation.
Oh, I'm sorry. You caught me at an interesting time.
You caught me at a bad time here.
Oh, time to put that.
Oh,
under
and we're
wraps.
gonna say bye to Chase too
tomorrow.
while he draws. Bye, Chase. Parker, welcome to the dating game. We're so happy to have you on the show. You have 3 lovely contestants to choose from this evening, but I'm going to let them kind of say hello and introduce themselves to you before you start asking all of their questions. So I believe contestant number 1, if they want to go ahead and introduce themselves and say hi.
That'll be you.
Is that me?
Yes, you.
Hello, love. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. Contestant number 2, can I get a hello?
There you are, big guy, coming back from the quarry.
Ooh, okay. All right. Rock on. All right. And contestant number 3.
Hello.
All right, this is gonna be a fun game. Oh, contestant number one. I enjoy going out to eat and having a nice romantic date. Contestant number one, where would we go out on our first date?
Well, is it my unbirthday?
Maybe.
I like tea.
I do too. I prefer coffee mostly, but we can sip on that a little bit later. Contestant number two, where would you take me out on a date?
I would probably want a picnic out at the Stonehenge.
All right. Okay. All right. It's connected. Okay. Oh man. And contestant number three.
Maybe we could stay home, or we could go to a pool, or we could maybe go to a lake.
I love it. We're gonna get a tan, you and I. I have some more questions. Contestant number two. I like to stay active. I like to be fit. What's a cool activity that we could do together?
Oh, we could go out and pick up some pebbles, or we could hit some drums and just rat-a-tat, bam, bam.
All right. Right. Okay. I got you. All right. Contestant number three.
Yeah. What's the question?
What's some fun activity we could do together?
You know what? I just kind of like to splash around and frolic about.
Uh-huh.
You're the one.
I'm the one?
I'm the one.
You're right. You are. Okay. Contestant number one.
Yes.
What's a fun activity we could do together?
Well, aside from drinking rum, I think I would like to. I would sail the 7 seas. Savvy?
Okay. I just have one more question. I love Madonna, and I think I'm a material girl. What's the gift that you would get me, contestant number one? A gift that you would buy for me if we date a long time?
I would say if we dated a long time, perhaps a heart in a box.
All right, perfect. And it goes back to you, contestant number three. You wild boy.
So you wonder what kind of gift I would give you?
Yeah.
Well, I would probably give you some swimming trunks, maybe some kind of swimmies, or maybe, I don't know, I would just love you.
Love's the greatest gift that you can give someone. All right. I think I have made my decision.
Oh, wonderful, Parker. We're so happy that you have. So who would you not pick?
Well, unfortunately, I don't like blondes. So contestant number two, Barney Rubble, I can't work with you. Oh, is it Fred Flintstone?
Yeah!
Oh.
So you might go out anyway, since I'm not a blonde.
There you are.
All right. And contestant number one, I'm sorry. I don't dig tattoos as much. So Jack Sparrow, we're not.
See, I have a chocolate factory that I'd like you to come and see.
Oh, Johnny Depp. You're so immersive in those roles.
Oh, but I'm thinking contestant number three.
Yeah.
I would date him.
Yeah. I have he's just water.
Wait, he lives near there or in there.
How about a little bubble bath?
That sounds so much fun.
How about your little buddy?
Is he a rubber ducky?
Yeah!
Oh my gosh.
And I want you to know that everybody in the comments are wondering why our rubber duck was from New Jersey. I'm putting that.
Well, it's they got a lot of them over there,
They said, "Why's the rubber duck from New Jersey?" It was great.
Actually, I think every time I came back on, I forgot what my accent was. So I was like, I don't
You
even
were
know
from
what
a
it is.
different part of New Jersey.
Yeah, I
Every
know that
single
I
time.
know our audience is from all over the place. So I wanted to make a connection to any kind of
Yeah,
rubber
okay.
duckies.
It was great. It was great. You guys were great. Hey, Parker, hands for you. That was awesome.
Yeah, good job,
and Parker
Parker.
had no idea.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kick it off for this next game here. Let me do it correctly so you don't have to see all my secrets. Hold on just a second. We're gonna get there. Ta-da! We're gonna go into two-headed interview. And Joe, you want to explain how that goes?
I do, but first I want to just give a shout out to our sponsor, Ursula and Associates.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Ooh.
Keller Williams. Jason with us tonight is one of our lead sponsors, our presenting partner. We just really appreciate him, and we appreciate all that Ursula and Associates is doing. Any quick notes, Jason, on what's going on with the business?
Yeah, I guess since you asked, with the new shelter in place order that's out there, a couple things is one, real estate has been deemed as necessary, so we are still actually able to operate, and we're put together a completely virtual program where you can set up and view a house through a listing. Us doing a virtual walkthrough and actually buy a house without ever seeing it. Oddly enough, we have done this in the past for clients that live out of state, where we take them through the entire process without them ever coming in, being able to purchase a house. So we are able to do this safely for you. I'd say go check out our website and the video we shot about that program if you're interested.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. We also want to say hello to our silver partner, Supreme Lending. Thank you so much. And we also have a special partner tonight who's helping us sponsor Chase King tonight, and that is Robert Mitchell with the UPS store in Woodstock. Go see them if you have any of your shipping, copying, printing. They do it all there, so go check them out. So okay, back to the game.
Yes. Back to the chase. Where's Chase?
Chase. Where's Chase?
Where is Chase?
I'm
Chase,
coming.
come on back.
I'm coming.
We're getting you here. Tell us what you've been doing.
Oh.
Ah.
Ooh. Oh, look, I love the pirate. And there's a rubber duck. That's
Does this say dating lame?
Lame.
Yeah, well.
Well, my G's are kind of lame.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
Wait a
as
second.
bad as my impression of Johnny Depp, so it's all good.
Yeah. Right. Beautiful. That's beautiful, Chase.
We love it.
So the game, the game we have is Two-Headed Expert coming up. And so we are looking for a suggestion. Do we have any of those suggestions coming in yet, Siobhan?
Oh, I have plenty of suggestions coming in, and we can turn that over. Do you want me to give you a couple or just choose one?
Well, let me tell them real quickly. It's called a two-headed interview, actually. I'm sorry. And so I'm going to be interviewing Amy and Jason. They're actually going to be playing one person who happens to have two heads. And I'll be interviewing them about this information. I believe it's some kind of obscure information. Is that what we're getting?
Yeah, it's an odd area of expertise.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, as I'm reading some of these suggestions we have here, I would love to take a suggestion, and then I would love for our studio audience, those that are watching, if they have any questions on this expertise, we can fill in from the audience and ask that of the expert. So
Nice.
I do like the idea of being a Ghostbuster?
Okay, a Ghostbuster.
A Ghostbuster, yes.
Just
I
any
do like
Ghostbuster?
that.
Okay. So I'm going to interview
Buster of
Amy.
ghosts.
Amy and Jason are they are very knowledgeable about busting ghosts.
And we're
And-
actually one person, right?
You're one person with two heads, so they'll be talking one word back and forth. So
Got
you'll
it.
probably see them side by side on your screen in just a moment. And I will be interviewing them, and then we'll open the questioning to the studio audience as well.
All right. So Chase, bye-bye. We'll see you
Bye,
soon.
Chase.
Bye, Chase.
All right, and ghost busting. And if anybody has any questions about ghost busting, please let us know in the comments, and I'll be your live audience here. Go for it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for our incredible show of our guest here. We're interviewing this fantastic person who happens to have a lot of knowledge about busting ghosts. First of all, let me allow you to introduce yourself to the studio audience.
My
Name,
is
Peach
the
Donovan.
I
Well,
Love,
ghost busting.
Peach, was that Peachka, Donovan?
Yes.
Okay, Peachka. Wow, that is a beautiful name. What is the origin of Peachka?
The
origin,
of
Peachka,
is
Western,
Georgia.
Okay, well, okay, that's what I was actually thinking. That's great. We're going to cut right to it. You have a wealth of knowledge about ghost busting ghosts. First of all, what led you to this knowledge? What was the inspiration that got you there?
My
childhood,
was
scary.
and
I
was
very
terrified
of,
ghosts.
so
I
started
to
dream
about
uh
busting
ghosts.
Okay, you started dreaming about busting ghosts. Yeah, that's great. That makes sense. You know, a lot of people are inspired that way. If childhood fears bring out this, so this is beautiful. That's a beautiful story. We have a question.
Yes, from our studio audience. How does one bust a ghost?
Great question.
the
First
thing
that
you
want
to
do,
is
get
some
duct
tape,
and
some
bubble
wrap,
to
bust
the
ceiling
out
of
your
home.
Wow, that is very innovative. I think I'm reading you on this, allowing them, almost like tempting them to leave in a way. So you're kind of saying, hey, I challenge you to go, because ghosts can be like that. They can be very, yeah, that's great. Okay, we've got another question coming.
Oh,
from
yes, we have a lot. There's a lot of questions about the afterlife and people you might have met. For example, the Beatles, Elvis. Have you met any ghosts in the afterlife?
I
have
met
Elvis,
and
Dr. Dre,
and
Rumpelstiltskin,
busting
ghosts,
is
my
musical
passion.
Wow, that's amazing. That's fantastic. You didn't happen to get pictures with any of these, like what is the interaction like when you meet? I think a standard ghost is probably pretty simple, just very common conversation. But what's it like when you face up against a ghost that is of that magnitude?
glitter
Say that again. Did we lose
Sorry.
Amy? Oh,
no, it's Parker. Glitter
Is
everywhere.
when
You
encounter
a
large
ghost.
okay. So I get it. So like when it's a really famous ghost, they actually have kind of a glitter aura about them against your standard ghost. That's fantastic. I think we have time for maybe one last question.
Yeah.
Siobhan.
Yeah, so from our studio audience, some of them are asking about the food that you would use to attract ghosts, or ways to attract a ghost so that you can bust them. What
Excellent.
would be
Yeah.
those ways?
Turnips.
Are
The
only
vegetable
that
ghosts
hate
to.
eat.
So
We put
always put
them
on
large
platters
of
beans
to
attract
gaseous.
ghosts.
Ah, that's great. So if you're looking for a ghost to turn up, pick a turn up
Oh God.
and they will get you there. Thank you so much. That's all the time we have for our interview. Tune in next week when we find out more obscure things that people know. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you. Man, you had a lot of great interaction with the audience. You had
Nice.
some questions like, are ghosts ticklish? Why do ghost janitors still work in the afterlife?
Oh, good.
do
Yeah.
You
ghosts
stick with what you're good at. That's really the answer.
do ghosts fart? That's another one.
Interesting.
You
Yes.
had some
The
great
bees made that clear.
questions in that. I was trying to consolidate as much as I possibly could.
That's awesome. That's fun.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
had some
I'm
great
curious. I'm curious to see what Chase has now.
Yeah, let's see what Chase is up to. Hold on just a second. We're gonna bring up Chase. Chase, how you doing over there, Chase?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I think I don't know. Here, what do y'all think?
It better not be a blank page.
Ooh,
Can't
I
see
see
it 'cause
I
you're
see
about to
the
share your
ghost.
screen.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
share my screen so they can't see it, but it looks like there's a ghost and there's a turnip or something at the bottom. Is that what that is?
Yeah, turnip dish and two ghosts being
Wait, I can't
summoned.
see it. I can't see it. I want to see it. I
Here,
want to see
I'll go
it.
back.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
Let's look at
Oh,
let's
wow.
look at Chase's. Here we go. Wait, ready?
All right,
There
give-
you are.
Ah,
Ooh.
very
Get
nice.
now. Yeah.
I like
And they're
it.
like Ghostbusters. I love
That's what
it.
we call a poo-poo platter.
That's beautiful.
That's right. Poo poo
Yes.
platter.
Well, going back, we love having Chase here. And we're going to turn over to the next game. Joe, you want to tell us what our very last game for the
That's
evening
right.
for tonight. But if you want to explain that, and then we'll talk a little bit more with Chase.
Yeah. So before we go into this last game, I just want to know we do shows. We're excited about doing some more shows in the future. So definitely check out our website and look at what's going on. Elm Street's doing some amazing stuff as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about that at the very end. But this last game that we have for today is called Press Conference. And basically, we're going to kick somebody out again, just like we kicked out Parker. And we are going to get either a real or a fictional person who is making some kind of an odd announcement that maybe this person wouldn't particularly make. And basically, the person we kick out, they're going to have to come back in, and they're putting on a press conference. They're making this announcement, except they don't know who they are, and they don't know what the announcement is. So we're going to be playing journalists. The rest of us will be playing roles of journalists, and we're going to be asking questions to help this person guess who they are.
Whew. We're getting some good suggestions already. So we're going to kick Jason out as we talk about these, because it's Jason, right? Jason
Yeah,
is
let's
our
get him
press
out of here.
Hey, bye, Jason. We love you.
Bye.
Okay, Jason is gone. As we're continuing this, but we're going to talk a little bit more with Chase. And just in general, we were talking at the beginning of all of this, you know, we're in unique times. This is an interesting situation for everybody involved, especially for artists, those that are commissioned and can't meet with people or go places. And so we're doing a lot of stuff from home and trying to make that happen. And with that being said, Elm Street is also trying to provide as much as we possibly can from the comfort of our home. And by doing so, we provided things like the iThink Improv Troupe. We're the different rehearsals we have, interviews and things like that. But these kind of things we we're always looking for help in different ways, whether that's through donations or just the support of sharing this video with your friends and family. And we appreciate those of you that have been with us the whole time in doing so. So with that being said, I didn't know if Chase had anything to add to that. Maybe something you want to say about some of the stuff that you've done or how we can be involved. I know that up here on the screen we have that you have a Facebook and Instagram, you have a website, how we can help you out.
Well, if you want to visit my website, you can go to www.chasekingart.com or visit me on Instagram or Facebook. But this event in particular would be one way for me to engage with new audiences and also just figuring out ways to do art in another way. And this is a learning curve for me, but I'm really enjoying it. I mean, this is a prime example of one thing that I could do with people on live conferences or things like that, just to kind of give any kind of entertainment value or artistic value that people might be looking for.
Yeah, and awesome. And actually, we're excited to announce that the sketches that Chase is doing tonight, he is donating to the theater, and we're going to basically be kind of putting them out as a collection, and we're going to be auctioning them off, and the proceeds are going to go to help our theater out, to help us, keep doing stuff. So thank you, Chase, for doing that. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're excited. I actually have a Chase original. How was that? Like 17 or 18? Were you still in high school, Chase?
I was, man. I was still in high school.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
Hold on to that baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'd
help.
love
pay
to
the
see it one
mortgage.
day again.
Yes, definitely. So awesome. All right. Yeah, thanks again, Chase. We're so excited that you were able to be here with us today and to share your talent with our audience. Do we have our suggestions?
Oh, I am totally going through all of this and trying to find some good ones. I think I've landed on the Easter Bunny. I think the Easter Bunny is a good character to go with. We have the Easter Bunny, but one that some people seem to be talking about, the announcement could potentially be is that calories do not count during tough times. During pandemics.
Oh boy.
Calories don't count.
Okay, so we got the Easter Bunny and calories.
Letting you know that calories don't count when there are
I think I'm going to make a very large donation personally to Elm Street if Jason gets this one. Just don't tell my wife.
It seemed to be a high up there. I wanted to get two contrasting things.
Right.
So
good. Okay, cool. So
we've got Easter Bunny and it doesn't count, and we're gonna turn this over to, I gotta bring him back in. Where is he here? Let's bring him in and give him a round of applause.
Yay!
Yay!
Am I here?
Yes,
All right.
you are here. Come.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. So I'm grateful to be here. I have asked all of you here because, I have an announcement. And so I appreciate everybody being here. I will take some questions from the audience.
Yes.
Yes, you and the tie.
John Smith from the Sunday Times. How is this going to affect the people out there? How do you think they're going to react?
I would say it's going to be a mixed bag. Some are going to be afraid, while others are going to be extremely happy. That's a very relevant question, and thank you for asking that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you.
Yes. Hannah Harper from the Helena Herald. How are you going to explain the disappointment to the children when they have questions that come to you?
Well, that is such a great question to ask. I mean, my policy has always been to lie to the kids if it's in their best interest. But that policy doesn't always carry well. So I think we'll take it on a case-by-case basis based on the intelligence of the child.
Annual Times. Stevens.
Hi, Stevens.
Yes. Have you with your announcement? Are you going to be changing your photo policies?
So my photo policies will alter just a little bit. Not a whole lot. I'm still, I'm working it out right now. Yes, ma'am. You with
Hannah again from the Helena Herald. How are you going to be able to explain to the scientific community the reversal of entropy and reversal of the thermodynamic laws of the universe in this situation?
Well, that's a really, really great question. Do I get to phone a friend at all? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit with the Eggshell Times. I am just curious as to, how will grocery stores be impacted with this new discovery?
I would say that they will have more options. Yes, they will have more options. I'm going to go with that. Yes, ma'am.
Hannah again. When people hop on over to Weight Watchers, how are they going to explain their loss of business?
That's a great.
The loss of business.
The loss of business. Well, as a rabbit, I believe. No, okay. I'm not sure. I'm going to get back to you on that one. I would like to answer a different question. Somebody with something more relevant. Yes, you in the tie.
Okay. Oh, yes. There was a delay. Yeah. Once again, Jack with the Eggshell Times. I'm wondering if this is going to impact if there's any hidden objective that's going on here. Are you trying to hide something in several places?
Well,
is this scattered about here?
Yes, absolutely. So, well, I would think that under the current circumstances as the Easter Bunny, that I would like to inform people that the eggs will be placed in new locations that is not the grocery store.
No, a follow-up question. It appears as though what's going to happen when people just don't care about eating the candy and people are not holding back? I mean, what's going to come of this world if people don't even care?
Well, if people don't care about eating the candy, then the eggs can be empty. Nobody is going to. Yes. Mm-hmm.
How are you going to assist the people 6 weeks later when their clothes just fall off of them?
Great question.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what. I think there'll be joy in the land. Being the Easter Bunny who brings weight loss candy inside of our eggs to the people is an idea that is not exactly what we had, but it's somewhere close to it.
Yes, Rachel Ray with Food Magazine.
Hi, Rachel. So, you have a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow there, babe.
Thank you. So it looks like the calories in is not affecting the calories going out.
Yep. I'm going to assume that's a factual statement.
Yeah. Follow-up question with this. This really, with the fact that it just doesn't matter if people just don't care about what's happening with the food intake. How are we going to survive?
We're going to live off of candy.
Not just candy. That's all things. Candy isn't the only thing that's got so much of this in it. Yes.
A new source of energy we're looking for. Reversal thermodynamics.
Well, here's the main issue. The main issue is that as a sweetener, we've run out of sugar. So we're going to be replacing it with something else.
Look, you're being very coy, and we don't understand why you're doing this. Clearly, if the points don't matter, if that's the attitude that people are going to have, how are we going to stay fit during this time of great tragedies?
I'm going to tap out. I've got no idea what is actually happening. I've got Weight Watchers. I've got sugar.
You're close. The Weight
close.
Watchers and the sugar and all of that combined in the sense of an emergency. What doesn't matter?
Toilet paper?
No. No, you're on the right track with all of the energy and everything like that. Some might call it emotional support. It doesn't necessarily matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Calories don't count.
Calories
Don't
don't count.
count. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was obscure as all get out.
Well, that's the name of the game.
100 times and I've never struggled like that. Maybe it's because I'm stuck in a room by myself.
You know what? You can blame, hold on. I can give you the name of the person who gave that one. Wait, you can blame Jacqueline for that.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Jacqueline.
Great.
She was that.
Do you know that we're stuck in rooms by ourselves all day?
And
Yeah.
calories don't matter.
Well, unfortunately, that is our show for today.
Oh, but before we leave, we want to say hi to Chase one more
check in with Chase.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, I put him in the waiting room. How dare
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
I'm a mess. Hold on. Here we go. I meant to start his video again, but I put him in the waiting room. You would think I would know. I'm so sorry, Chase.
It's
I
all
put
right.
you in the
It's
waiting
okay.
room.
It's okay.
Here, Chase, show us what you've been working on.
Oh my God.
Yes, Easter Bunny.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have made me clear because calories don't count.
Calories don't count. That's beautiful.
Yes, calories don't count. Apparently, calories don't
I
count.
feel like a zebra's butt.
This has
Yeah.
been fun, guys.
Right.
Hey, we've been having fun with you too, and we want to thank you, Chase, for being here. I'm actually gonna go back to the beginning here because this was the slide that I didn't show because we were having technical difficulties. But
Oh, hey.
we're very grateful to everybody who joined us today. Thank you so much. Again, thank you, Chase. We would love to see you again. We would love. Where can we see you next? What's your plans? Got any plans?
Wet Mountain tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
probably
we-
Sweat Mountain again, but let's do this again.
Let's do this again.
Yeah.
We
Let's
love your
do this again.
sketches. We love what you do. And
Yeah, and if you
thank
want to see all of his sketches, we'll have them. We'll get them up on display on our on Elm Street's website and our iThink page. So we'll let you guys see that beautiful work he did. We're super excited. We're hoping to bring you some more shows. So if you know some improv games and you want to see us do some improv games for our next show, throw them in the suggestions and maybe we'll put them together and we'll invite you again to come back. Yes.
Yeah, and stick around. We've got lots of stuff happening on Elm Street, but we would love to do this again. This was fun. I really appreciate Joe and Amy and Parker and Jason for being here in the comfort of your own home, bringing you guys comedy to the comfort of your own home. And like Joe said, if you have any suggestions for us, let us know. We want to do this again, because we're here.
Because we're here.
Hello,
Because we're here.
all of
We
us
are here.
in the
And
universe.
we have a lot. We have other. We have a great group of troupe members. We have so many others too that we'll love to bring you some other faces and share everyone's talent with you. So definitely every show is going to be different. So it's really exciting.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, all of you guys. You're wonderful, and have a wonderful Friday evening and weekend and spring break. If you're going on spring break, well, not going, but
Going,
Staying.
like
Just
Staying
stay
on
on-
spring break
celebrating spring break,
as an alternative to quarantining.
right?
yeah.
We'll celebrate spring break with you. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful time.
Bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye bye.